Hey guys, Zoob here. I wanted to take a look at the latest knife I've been carrying. This is actually my oldest grail knife. When I was, I don't know, sometime between 5 and 8 years old. My dad told me about this, and this is an upgraded version of the extremely iconic Buck 110. Sorry to be one-handed here. I'm filming with the other hand. I'm here at work. This is the Buck 110 Auto Elite. All right, so we're going to take a look at that. It's new for 2018. And I have had a great experience carrying it, actually. So we'll go ahead and fire it out for you. Oh, okay. Let me try that again with nothing in the way. That's one thing to note, not just about this, but about most autos. Not good deployment in places where they're not going to fully deploy. And we'll do it again, only this time we'll try and showcase the whole knife. Now, something to note is, first of all, it's not a button lock. It's still a back lock, right? So I can back lock it. And also I can partially disengage it so that it's one-handed operation. Hear the click? I need to make sure that that click happens, or else it's not going to lock itself closed. So here you go. There you go. It is not as fast or as hard kicking as I expected it to be, but I find that the way it is superior for EDC than the way that I was more expecting. I'm a klutz, so I tend to drop knives. So here is an example of it looks shut, but it's not actually shut, and it will partially open on me. So I have to wait for this. Oh, sorry. That was not very audible in the way that I did it. Let's show it again. Again, sorry for being a klutz, but whatever. All right, so that thump happens when you close it. You can see here it is one-handed operation. One of the reasons why I got it. One of the things that stopped me from getting this early on was that, here you go. So if I closed it but it didn't click, it wants to open itself back up. So I need to click it closed. One of the things that stopped me from getting it was actually the 420HC steel that Buck uses is a downgrade from the 440C that they used to use, and admittedly with a Bose heat treat, which Bucks have, the 420 is not bad, but I didn't want the knife I had looked forward to since I was a little kid in a not bad steel. I wanted it in a fantastic steel. So in this case, we have there's the one side. S30V, still with the Bose heat treat. You can see there's fingerprints all over this. You can see a little bit of tarnishing on the bolsters. I will have to polish those. I did want to leave it for the review so that you can see there's a little bit of tarnishing, just because these are nickel, I believe, but they will still tarnish. The handle here, we have G10 scales. And I think this is a nickel silver frame, although I could be wrong on that, I guess. And there's your deployment button. We'll see if we can get a close-up of that. Focus. There we go. Nice. And it works quite well, but there is no safety, and it is quite easy to deploy. And one thing with that is the carry method. Right, this is not good for open pocket carry. You need this sheath. This sheath is custom. You'll notice that the leather on the front is doubled. Sorry, this sheath is custom to this model. It's not, I didn't have to go get a custom sheath. It came with this sheath, but it's different than the traditional Buck 110 sheath, simply because, let's see if I can put this back in the sheath one-handed. The answer is clearly no. All right. So it's just because pushing right here, I have a lot more resistance. You can see that I'm kind of managing to fold it over, but when I get up here where the handle is, I really can't make any kind of a dent to deploy the knife. Right? It feels quality. The leather feels nice. And this is one complaint with the modern 110s. I'll have to check when I get the more basic model, which I plan to do at this point. But this actually carries plenty low enough for me. There's been some complaints about it carrying too high. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. My phone sent me a notification that then cut off my camera. How unfortunate. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Okay. So, as I was saying, there's been complaints about these carrying too high because the newer sheaths are often set up more so that, see how this loops over? So instead of looping over like this, it was just sewed straight on the same way that the bottom piece is sewn straight on. And it moved the loop more down here so that about a third to half of the case was sticking up above the belt. That is not the case on this particular sheath. And the guess on Blade forums that I got when I asked about this was that it is a USA-made sheath, and that the US-made sheaths may be just done differently, and also it is custom to this model, so you can. And the same thing again, the same notification. Hopefully I've turned it off, but you can expect that all the USA all the sheaths for this particular model, the 110 Auto Elite, and I would go so far as to say almost certainly the 112 Auto Elite as well, which is the little brother, will come with this USA-made sheath, which I have really not noticed in several weeks of carrying. I think the embossing on here is just beautiful. I love that. I haven't had any problems in use or with it carrying too high or any of that. So I'm very happy overall with this purchase. I bought it on Black Friday, paid $185 after shipping, I believe. Sorry about that. And I believe this normally retails for $200 before shipping. MSRP is $250. So anyway, I'll give you one more overview of the knife. Sorry, I'm here at work, so I'm on break, hence the strange background. We'll see if we can get the, here we go, put it against the, there we go. So there's the tank stamp on the one side, see the groove for the mechanism in the blade, and come on. There it is on the other side. Close-up of that button. It's quite easy to deploy. And let's see if we can get a shot. I don't know if this is a little overly ambitious, but let's try to get a shot of the mechanism working down in there. You can kind of see it. All right. So anyway, this is my first ever Grail knife, and I am very excited to have been carrying it. I'll hopefully post a comparison video when I manage to get another, just the traditional flavor, and I will go a little more into detail, and I will clean this one off so you can see how it polishes up. Sorry for those of you who were kind of triggered by the lack of cleaning prior to this video, but I felt it left a little bit of useful information. So anyway, that's it. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.